Hey everybody, it's Kyle here. Welcome back to another video. This week's video is inspired by a game of 5 questions that I played with my friends earlier this week, and I really liked the questions that were asked, so I'm going to answer them in this week's video. Some of the questions are related to CP, some of them aren't. But the first question that we got was, what is the strangest thing that you do? And I was like, well, what do I consider strange? And then I thought, well, the first thing I do in the morning before I even get out of bed is put my headphones in and start the day with music. I used music as a coping mechanism for when I didn't accept my disability, and I would pick a song that helped me get over the emotion I was feeling, whether it be happy, sad, frustrated, and I would listen to that song until I couldn't stand listening to it anymore, just over and over on repeat. And it got to a point where I'd either do that or use music as escape to imagine what my life would be like without cerebral palsy. And it got to a point where I needed to listen to music multiple times a day in order to be in a good mood. It's definitely gotten better, where I don't need to listen to music. I'll start my day with it, but then I can go the rest of the day without listening to music. There are some days I do that. It's usually 1 or 2 times in the morning and kind of at night that I'll listen to music, but it's definitely gotten far less than it used to be, because I've definitely learned how to accept my disability and handle my emotions properly. And another strange thing that I do is when I'm angry, I snap my fingers. And I don't know if I use that as an indicator for people, yes, I am angry, but I don't know. If you do the same thing, let me know so I feel a little less strange. The second question we got was, what was your biggest CP moment? And to be honest, the biggest CP moment that I can think of is when I fell 3 times down the aisle after walking out of my brother and sister-in-law's ceremony. My crutch slipped through the paper runner, so I immediately went down. I'm trying to get back up. I'm down, up, down, up, down, up, and I'm ripping the paper. Thankfully, my brother and sister-in-law didn't notice because they were ahead of me, so they didn't know until after we had gotten out of the church. It was a fun experience in the reception line, because people either tried to laugh with me, ignored it, or told me I did a great job. Thankfully, there is no photographic evidence that I have seen, so it does not live on film. But, my crutch just happened to go through it, and down I went. So it's pretty embarrassing. I actually made a whole video on the wedding experience, wedding story time, if you'd like to check it out. But yes, definitely a big moment. If you're comfortable, please share your big oops moments. Definitely CP made me do it type of moment. The third question we got was, what's your biggest fear? And I typically will say snakes, spiders, but after some deep thought about it, lack of support is a big fear of mine, especially whether it be, family moving away, or when I'm 80 and family dynamic has changed and I have my own family, who's going to be there to help me, and how independent can I get? I'm still learning how to cook and all that. Am I going to be prepared and ready enough to handle the ever-changing support system or lack thereof? I don't know what the future is going to look. I hope that I don't become a Scrooge, and I like to think I'm a positive person, so I'll have plenty of people around to help me, but you just never know. And with CP and the side effects of the CP ever changing as we age, you just never know how mobile am I going to be and how much support am I going to need. Could be less, could be more than I have right now, and that kind of scares me. So it's just going to be a bridge that I'm going to have to cross, as we go, and, hope that I'm in a better financial position than I am now in the future. And that is the hope. That is why I have a part-time job and hopefully work up to full-time and be in a much more financially stable place. But having the means to find support and having the support, it's a challenge. So hopefully, we'll manage just fine. But it is something I have to constantly think about. On a much happier note, the next question we got was, what's something that you love about yourself? And I'm not someone who likes to talk about themselves and what I like about myself. I feel like it's bragging. But after some prodding from my friends, the thing that I do love about myself is that I want to help people. I want people to feel good about themselves and, know that they can do anything. Sometimes I doubt that for myself. I think everyone has self-doubt, but I love being there to help and support others. And I think that comes from having cerebral palsy and feeling judged, whether I was actually judged or not, but feeling judged and feeling as though people just based their opinion of me based on my disability made me very aware and open to the idea that we need to accept people for as they are and help them as best we can. And I'm just really happy that I can be a support system for other people. And the final question that we got was actually a very lighthearted one, and it's, what's your celebrity crushes? Or what is your celebrity crush? And I have two. One of them is Jennifer Lawrence. I fell in love with her as Katniss Everdeen. I love her in the X-Men movies, Silver Linings Playbook. Anything with Jennifer Lawrence, I will see. I just love her. But I also have to say that I love Ryan Reynolds. He is my second celebrity crush. He's just awesome. Deadpool, anyone? The Proposal. Free Guy was awesome. Anything with Ryan Reynolds. Hitman's Bodyguard. I have to check it out. I mean, I just love him so much. So, if you have any celebrity crushes, feel free to share those. If we share the same ones, let me know what yours are. I love to hear from you guys in the comments. It's fun to interact with you guys. So please feel free to comment down below. Well, I hope this helped you get to know me just a little bit better. And, if you'd like to see me do more of these types of videos in the future, feel free to leave questions for me to answer in future videos down in the comments, because I can devote an entire video to a question if it calls for it. So please feel free to leave me your questions as well. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Again, comment down below, and please don't forget to subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. Hit the bell to receive all notifications. I typically post on Tuesdays, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody.